In this video, I'm going to show you how to change a furnace filter. If you don't know what you're doing, it's pretty easy. It depends on your furnace. If you're going to change your furnace filter, the first thing you need to have is a new furnace filter, a replacement for it. You need to know the size. The size is usually always printed on the filter somewhere. In this case, it says right here, 16 by 25 by 1. That's the dimensions of the filter in inches. When you go to the store to buy a replacement filter, they're going to have different types, different values. In this case, they have a rating system on here that shows what it gets. So the colored dots are supposedly better, and if we got a higher quality filter, it would get more of these things that it filters for. You just want to make sure you change it regularly. The first thing I've always heard when you're having furnace problems, when I talk to an HVAC engineer or a guy that does heating, ventilation, air conditioning work, they always say if you change the filter, the first thing. So in our case, we've got a thermostat upstairs that keeps track of how much it's cycled, and it pops up and says filter on it when it's time to change the filter. So it's been on for the last week or so that I've noticed. So that's why I came down here to change the filter now. And that's why I can show you how to do it. When you're going to change the furnace filter, the first thing you do is go turn the thermostat down so it doesn't turn on while you're doing this. Right now it's summertime, so this runs for our air conditioner, not because of the heater. But there's a switch on most furnaces. Once it's not running, just turn that switch off locally and then it won't start even if the temperature goes above or below your set point on your thermostat. Just so it's not running while you're doing it. In our case, the filter's right here and it just slides out. Sometimes it's hard to get. So I'm going to show you a little trick. When this is in all the way, it's hard to pull out. Now I can get my fingernail in or something like that and pull it out until I can grab onto something more and get it. Now I've got it out, and you can see if you compare this to the new one, it's a lot dirtier because that's what it's doing. It's filtering the dirt out as the air cycles through your furnace and your air conditioning unit. The first house we bought from a couple, and they were way OCD. They kept things very neat, very clean. It was so good buying a home from someone that was OCD because we literally had to do zero cleaning. We just moved our stuff in because it was there. One thing he showed me in that house was he taped on a piece of tape onto the corner of the filter that serves as a little tab that you can use to pull it out next time you do that. He actually did it from two corners, so I'm going to do it from two corners as well. You tape it on a little bit, leave a tab sticking off, stays out of the way, but it gives you something to grab onto next time it's time to change the furnace filter. The last thing to remember when you're doing this is there is a direction of airflow that the air is supposed to go through the filter a certain direction. On the filters, they have a little arrow showing you the direction of airflow. So in this case, the air flows down this way, in and out. So I want the airflow to go this way. In other words, if I put it in this way, it would be backwards because the air is flowing the wrong direction through the filter. So then I just slide it back in. And then the last thing is to turn the switch back on so that when the thermostat triggers it to start running again, it will run. This one just goes out in the garbage, and make sure you've got the next replacement on hand so that you don't have to go to the store when you need one beforehand. If you haven't seen the video on how to restart a water heater, then I'm going to put the link for that one right here. That video goes over the whole plumbing system relative to natural gas, how natural gas goes through a house, and also how to restart a water heater.
He's giving him his what every boy needs to know about being a man speech.
All right, Johnny, now you know how to change a furnace filter in your home if you need to. Configuration may be different. This one's fairly convenient. Our house is only 20 years old or so. It's kind of newer. In my mom's house where I grew up, you had to go down on the crawl space and crawl on your hands and knees, sometimes on your belly, to get to the furnace and then change the filter there. So it really depends on how your home is structured and what kind of furnace you have. But somewhere on there you're going to have a filter, and you'll need to change that periodically to make sure you've got clean air going through and your furnace or your air conditioner can run efficiently. This channel is for boys growing up without a dad. That's how I grew up. Unfortunately, I didn't have YouTube to go look for stuff like that. I hope you're getting value. If you are, make sure you click the like button. If you've got questions, things you want to see, then post them in the comments and I'll try to make a video for you on that. Always remember, with every video, I want you to remember two things. If you're a boy growing up without a dad, and that's who I refer to as Johnny, then always remember that you can succeed even though your dad may not be in your daily life. You can successfully grow into manhood and learn what you need to learn and be a good dad and a good husband if you choose to do either of those things. Always remember the second lesson too, and that is that this dad loves you. I will see you on the next video. Gotta be stronger than plastic. Remember, this channel... No. Let me stop. You can check out this video on that topic. You can check out this video on this video. Right there.